Hi, I'm Chris from Airwindows. I am running a little bit late today. I have a plugin for you, but the reason I'm taking a little bit longer is because I took a little bit of time to do this. Oh! I worked out a bunch of things having to do with lookup tables and got some really freaky effects, as you can plainly see. So there's a whole video on that that's not part of the plugin world, and I have made many strange things available and have a whole video teaching you how to do all of this. But for now, let us return to the simpler world of Logic and the new plugin. My new plugin is called Precious. It's one of the reissues from back when I was doing the character line of plugins. I think it's based on impulse responses from a Precision 8, although it doesn't actually match any of them because it's reconstructing stuff on the fly. And here's a guitar, and it can sound like this. Now, these are subtle, but they don't have to be. So that does some interesting things to the sound. I think this might have been the one that gave us sort of holographic tonality to things. We can turn the hardness up or down. Here, turning it down will give it a softness effect, and then if we turn the drive up, we start getting craziness. So this might actually be one of the ones that works fairly well as a faux guitar amplifier, seeing as you can turn the drive up. Again, turning the hardness down to 0 reverts it to its basically density at that stage. Hardness of 1, it is a raw clipper, and in between it is essentially like all of the character plugins, that new channel experiment that I tried that people didn't really like very much, because people don't like discontinuities between two different kinds of tonality. But it's kind of a cool sound. In fact, we could also do something else. Don't mind me just fiddling with the controls a little bit. We've got Precious, and we've got it cranked way up. So let's throw it on some drums just briefly and see what it does when we do that. Option drag gives me a copy. These should be loud drums. Then another copy. So yeah, there you have it. We can do a variety of things with this. And again, turning it off, we're getting a relatively normal. This is still the mix that I had originally. But if we turn it on at this level of drive, we're getting a nice little distorty effect going on. So if this is the kind of thing you like, then by all means download Precious or new updates.zip, which is the giant collection of all the plugins all together. And Precious is a audio unit and a Mac, Windows, and Linux VST, and it is free because the work that I do is supported by Patreon, and that makes it possible for me to focus on doing stuff for folks like you. And I don't have to charge for the individual things, whether they be the crazy lookup tables I showed you briefly earlier, or this. So that said, It pleases me to bring out Precious, although it also pleased me to bring out that crazy lookup table thing. Go and look for the video of that if that looked interesting, because it's like practically an hour of walking through a whole series of insane video effects that I basically model and test out. And it's all based on this little toy, which is a lookup table image as found in a thing like OBS, which I'm currently recording on. OBS is free, and you can get a hold of the lookup table for free, and there's ways in which you can edit the lookup tables for free, and the plugin Precious is free if it's of any use to you, or even if it's not. And if you'd like me to keep plugging away at these various things, whether they be the plugins or whether they be an entirely different way of handling lookup tables and teaching you how to do that, then by all means, if you can, jump on the Patreon. And the more resources I get from that, the more crazy things I can do, which is a lot of fun. So with that, I will talk to you folks later. Bye-bye.